the shadow of Rome's greatest leaders stands a man largely forgotten by history, a patrician who never reached the pinnacle of power, yet whose bloodline would forever change the course of human history. This is the story of Gaius Julius Caesar, not the dictator who conquered Gaul and crossed the Rubicon, but his father, Gaius Julius Caesar the Elder. Born into nobility around 140 BCE and dying suddenly in 85 BCE, his life spanned one of the most turbulent periods in Roman history. Though his own career was modest by the standards of Rome's ruling class, his legacy would prove immortal through his son. Join us as we uncover the story of the man who fathered greatness, whose ancient bloodline claimed divine origins, and whose life offers a fascinating window into the politics and society of the late Roman Republic. To understand Gaius Julius Caesar the Elder, we must first understand the illustrious family into which he was born. The gens Julia, one of Rome's oldest and most prestigious patrician families. The Julii claimed an ancestry more divine than most Roman families could boast. According to their family tradition, they were descendants of Julius, also known as Ascanius, the son of the Trojan hero Aeneas, and Aeneas himself was said to be the son of the goddess Venus. This divine lineage wasn't just family pride, it was political capital. In Roman society, where ancestry determined much of your social standing, claiming descent from Venus herself placed the Julian clan in rarefied company. This mythological connection would later be emphasized dramatically by Gaius Julius Caesar's son during his political career. The gens Julia was one of the most ancient patrician gentes at Rome. Members of the family had attained the highest dignities of the state from the earliest times of the Republic. However, by the late 2nd century BCE, when our Gaius Julius Caesar was born, the family, while still respected for its ancient lineage, was no longer among the dominant political forces in Rome. The 1st century BCE was an era of great social and political change in Rome. The Republic was straining under the weight of its own success. As Rome's territories expanded, wealth flooded into the city, but it remained concentrated in the hands of a few elite families. Social tensions between the patricians and plebeians were intensifying. The leading Julians of this period included Lucius Julius Caesar, who would become praetor in 94 BCE and later consul in 90 BCE, and his younger brother Gaius Julius Caesar Strabo. Another prominent member was Sextus Julius Caesar, who served as consul in 91 BCE. Our Gaius Julius Caesar was related to this branch of the family, though the exact relationship remains unclear to historians. Born around 140 BCE, Gaius Julius Caesar the Elder entered a world where his name carried weight, but where political success would require more than just an illustrious ancestry. Little is known about Gaius Julius Caesar the Elder's early life. As a patrician son, he would have received the best education Rome had to offer. While the Roman education system was influenced heavily by Greek models, it was distinctly practical in its focus, aimed at producing effective public speakers and leaders. Roman education for elite boys focused on 3 main areas: literacy and language, physical training, and moral development. For a young patrician like Gaius Julius Caesar, this would have been provided first by his family and later by specialized tutors. Young Gaius would have begun his education at home, learning to read, write, and calculate. As a teenager, he would have studied rhetoric, philosophy, and Greek, essential skills for any Roman who aspired to public life. Physical training would have prepared him for military service, which was expected of all Roman men of his class. Perhaps most importantly, he would have received a thorough grounding in Roman values: pieta, duty; gravitas, seriousness; and dignitas, dignity. These virtues were considered essential for any Roman leader. We know that when his own son was born, Gaius Julius Caesar the Elder employed one of Rome's finest tutors, Marcus Antonius Gnifo, to educate him. This suggests he valued education highly and had the means to provide the very best for his son. Marcus Antonius Gnifo was a fascinating figure in his own right, a Gaulish-born grammarian who had been abandoned as a child and raised as a slave before being freed. He became one of Rome's most respected teachers of rhetoric, eventually teaching not only the younger Julius Caesar, but also the great orator Cicero. This choice of tutor tells us something about the elder Caesar's values and priorities for his son.